Listen up.
We're listening.
It's time for another edition of the monthly Top 5.
I almost did 10. No.
That'd be wrong.
That would have been wrong.
This time we're talking about the Top 5 of July, not June. And it's going to be Travis's Top 5.
That's me.
Let's go over the rules quickly. 1, it's 5 people or things or 5 wrestling related matches, maybe even.
As long as it's wrestling related.
Rule 2, it can't be the same 5 as last month.
That being Rory Gulak, Killshot versus Jeremiah Crane, The Bar, Samoa Joe, or Asuka versus Nikki Cross.
And rule number 3, it's Travis Colt's Top 5, so he gets to pick whatever the fuck reason he wants them to be on the list.
Yeah,
regardless if you like it or not, or if I like it or not, or just cuz.
But we are interested in your opinion, so do post down below how you feel about my top 5 or your own top
If
5.
you disagree, he'll punch you.
Maybe.
In real life.
I'm kind of passive. So.
He'll hunt you down and kill your dog.
No, I'm not. We're going to talk about the
Cat.
top
He'll kill
5.
your
Starting
cat.
with number 5. So I've got kind of like an even playing field here. My first 2 were baby faces. My last 2 were heels. So we're going to start off with babyface number 1. That was Bobby Fish, making his debut in NXT, having a killer match with Allister Black. Bobby Fish was one of my favorite guys from Ring of Honor. So not only did I get to see him, but also the first week of August I got to see Kyle O'Reilly. So now 2 of my favorite guys from Ring of Honor are in NXT. But Bobby Fish is just, every time I see him wrestle, I'm reminded of why I like him. He's a very consistent. He's very, he's got a little bit of everything in the ring, and his matches are always spot on. And to watch him go against Allister Black was killer.
Yeah.
So a fantastic way to debut. I'm excited to see, hopefully, Bobby Fish sign. So far, only Kyle O'Reilly has officially signed. So, Bobby, sign with NXT because I'd like to see you do more of this stuff. And then moving on to number 4, it's only fitting that I put Allister Black in spot number 4. Because not only has Allister Black been having killer matches with someone like Bobby Fish, but we got to see NXT in the middle of July and got to see him have an awesome match against the Velveteen Dream.
Yeah, honestly, the match of the night from NXT Portland.
And, I mean, he has been consistent since his debut. His debut match wasn't very stellar,
yeah,
but he immediately flipped that around with these fantastic matches he's been having on NXT. And, July was no different. He had his match with, I think he had his match with Cassius Ohno in July. He had the match with Bobby Fish. We saw him against Velveteen Dream. He matches styles so well. He's one of my favorite guys in NXT right now. And I'm stoked to see him versus Hideo at NXT TakeOver.
It's going to be a good match.
Absolutely.
It's going to be very kicky.
Yes, it is. Number 3, taking a break from the singles people here, because we're going to talk about an entire company. I'm talking AAW, where in July they decided to put on their very first tournament for the first ever AAW Women's Championship. The fact that women's wrestling has become very, very prominent in professional wrestling over the last couple of years, especially, WWE finally getting on the bandwagon. People like Chikara putting the Grand Championship on Kimberly, and just everyone's getting on that bandwagon, and it's great because there's so much good women's talent out there that more people should be making women's wrestling a mainstay, if not a forefront to their company. So to see the start of this tournament, now we know that Jessica Havoc and Eva Lise are 2 of the people moving forward, and there's a whole slew of talent still left in that tournament. it's awesome to see more women getting more chances in more companies more often. So, good on you, AAW. More. Number 2, moving to the heel side of things, we're starting Lucha Underground talking about Johnny Mundo.
Johnny Mundo.
The Lucha Underground champion, who, with the help of the Worldwide Underground, has been getting...
prepared.
He's done such a good job of gaining heat. You know, using the Worldwide Underground as kind of his, you know, to his advantage.
Yeah.
He's such a good manipulator. Like I never really thought after him and Miz that I would view him as a heel. He's just so flashy.
Yeah.
But he makes himself seem very sleazy as well, which helps his heel persona.
It's almost the same thing that Tony Nese is doing now.
Yeah.
Because Johnny Mundo's whole shtick can almost always, when he's doing the heel thing, is almost always being able to boil it down to, I'm better looking than you, essentially.
Yeah.
Therefore, I am superior in every other way as well.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, Johnny Mundo's had the looks since he started, so it's just
He's a lean Johnny Nitro.
yeah. So I'm impressed with what he's done. Unfortunately, I can't use his biggest gain of heat because it was the first week of August when he did it. But still, all the stuff leading up to that was great, and I'm excited to see him versus Rey Mysterio.
It's gonna be a good match, I think.
Absolutely. But before I reveal my number 1, Kevin Hawk, let's give us some honorable mentions.
Yeah.
People I might have left out, because there's a lot.
Why not?
I'm prepared to type. Well, look at my number 1. Spoiled.
I'm gonna give number honorable mention to Dario Cueto.
Oh, interesting choice.
Because I don't want to eliminate the majority of the roster of Lucha Underground, he's the reason we have the Cueto Cup.
Yeah.
Which has consistently given us week after week after week of awesome freaking matches on the Lucha Underground.
And most of those matches happened in July.
Yeah.
It has been... I think we've kind of agreed that it's probably one of the best things, if not the best thing that Lucha Underground has done.
It's been like the best consistent stuff since like the very first few episodes.
Yeah. And it's fun watching, you know, literally the best guys they have, well, all the guys they have essentially, and then just breaking off into smaller storylines, like, you know, finding out that we have Son of Madness who's going after Son of Havoc because of, you know, stuff
reasons.
in there, you know, because of reasons. And yeah, it's just...
No, literally, that's the reason why Son of Havoc ran away from the Invisible Colt.
There's reasons?
Yeah, he stole the whole club's stash of reasons. The little chocolate candies.
I was thinking like there are reasons for doing things, but you're talking about chocolate.
No, they had a
treats.
huge stash of reasons that they stole from all the local convenience stores in a giant Santa Claus style sack. He took off with them. He likes reasons.
I don't want to step on this because it's riveting stuff, but I feel like you're bullshitting me.
Just watch. Keep watching Lucha Underground.
All right. Well, I'm not going to stop watching Lucha Underground, so
It's true.
very interested. All right. Got another one?
Yeah. But I'm going to tell you.
Why?
Just kidding. I'm going to give this one to Corey Graves.
Ooh. All right.
Uh,
2 non-wrestlers.
yeah.
Honorable mentions.
Yeah,
I love it.
and I'm just going on this one because, I mean, this could even go as far back as June, but Corey Graves, for some reason, despite not being an active competitor, can manage to still get himself in storylines.
That's true. That is true.
So kudos on that. And not in an annoying way like Michael Cole being the spokesman for the anonymous Raw general manager.
And he's just a fantastic commentator.
Yeah.
Corey Graves.
Let's be real, he's good.
You're one of the best consistent things in WWE right now, and we thank you for that.
So, it's the first time ever, the 2 honorable mentions being actual non-competitors.
I like it.
Who is rounding out the top 5 at the number 1 spot?
Well, number 1, he's talking about gaining heat. Johnny Mundo doing a fantastic job of that.
Human Torch.
No, Human Tornado is a wrestler, not Human Torch.
But Human Torch is really good at gaining heat.
But he's not wrestling based.
Fair enough.
Unless you can find a way to insert the Human Torch into wrestling.
It's probably happened before. Comic books.
Possibly. No, if there's one person who I've seen consistently gaining heat who has done a better job than Johnny Mundo...
Titus O'Neil.
Do you really think I'd put Titus O'Neil? He's working babyface right now. He's not a heel. He's with Akira Tozawa.
He's a heel of life.
I'm not going to the main roster. I'm sticking with NXT because it's the glorious one, Bobby Roode. Now, most of his heat was leading up through June. But the very first week of July, he had his match with Roderick Strong. To which he decided, why not give the stink eye to Roddy's family, and then followed it up by hitting the glorious DDT on the outside of the ring right in front of them.
And not to mention that false finish with the foot on the ropes, making everybody think that Roddy won the belt.
Yeah, and then he's just continued post this match. He's continued to run down Roddy. He has continued to not give a crap about Drew McIntyre being the number 1 contender.
Yeah.
He has been the most classic type of heel. Just, it's not often that a heel can actually make me dislike them based on them being a heel. Granted, I still very much enjoy Bobby Roode, but the stuff that he's been doing within the last month has just been a fantastic job of being a heel. That we need more people acting like this. Kevin Owens does a really good job, but I dare say that the best heel under the WWE banner right now is Bobby Roode. And that is why I have given him the number 1 spot on my top 5.
Fair assessment, because Bobby Roode, and I've said this before, is well on his way, and especially if they don't fuck him up when they eventually decide to transfer him to the main roster, is well on his way to becoming the next Ric Flair.
Absolutely. And who is better at being a heel than Ric Flair?
Not a lot of people.
Case closed. So, let us know down below who you feel is your top 5. If you think I should have added some, if you don't agree with some of my choices.
Hide your cats.
Really?
You said no to the dog thing.
Let us know down below who you would have put in your top 5, who you would change in my top 5. It's not going to change because it's mine, and it's already edited, and it's on YouTube now. So, sorry.
Not sorry.
But not sorry. Thanks for watching, guys.